Hey there YouTube, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. As you can tell by the title there, Beginner Breathwork, Deep Breathing for Better Health. We're getting off the subject of food a little bit today. As I mentioned before the first of the year, I want to kind of start exploring more wellness other than just food. So this is something I'm going to work on this month. So I wanted to share it with you today. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, maybe go hit that subscribe button and come back and check out some more of the content. Maybe you're not here for the food, but maybe you'll see some stuff that might be of benefit to you. Yeah, this month, I was thinking about it in the last week or so of December, and this month's going to be a little bit about exploring, and I'm going to just start with very simple this month instead of getting in, I've dabbled a little bit in pranayama, and I used to do yoga. I want to get back to my yoga practice, this weekend I watched a lot of stuff on breathing just for myself, and I thought, you know what, let's just start with the basics, start with the very simple. And as I started reading more and more, I actually started yesterday kind of preparing for this video because I wanted to have a little bit of the information to back up some of this stuff and why this is good for the health. So one of the biggest benefits of deep breathing is balancing the nervous system. And when I'm talking about deep breathing, what we normally do, or what most people normally do in day-to-day life, is they're just breathing from the chest. It's a really shallow thing. When we breathe, what we're talking about here is slow, rhythmic belly breathing. And when we breathe like that, we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which calms down that flight or fight thing. It kind of like once we get that activated, it sends messages to the brain that's everything's okay, which can kind of reduce anxiety. Another thing I was thinking about as I was getting ready to talk about this, to do this video, is I've talked about this on my channel here before, is like, well, there's deep breathing and meditation, and ones that, they can really be the same, and they can. But as I meditated this morning and then I did my breathing, here's the difference. When I meditate, I do a lot of mindfulness type stuff. So, I don't actually consciously do anything with the breath. I just am aware of the breath, observing the breath. Whereas this is actually focusing on deepening the breath. In other words, in meditation, I don't focus on deepening the breath. I just go with, there's no expectation. There's just like, okay, what is the breath doing? Just awareness. So this is going a little bit deeper with the slow rhythmic belly breathing. Now, normally, and I learned some stuff, looking this up just for my own stuff. No, you don't really need to know. I like most of this stuff. I looked up, identified, learned a little bit more to share here. I'm sold on breathing, deep breathing, pranayama, chi, all the stuff, whatever you want to call it. But I did learn some interesting facts. Normally, we breathe about 12 to 20 breaths per minute. Now, what I'm going to talk about here today, and what I'm going to show you here at the end real quick, this simple thing, is just slowing that down from like 5 to 7 per minute. And that's when that parasympathetic nervous system really kicks in, and when a lot of the other health benefits of deep breathing kick in. This slower rate of breathing actually activates a healing response in our body. And hey, don't be distracted. I'm an old man. I drank for 30 years. I have to have notes, so I'll be looking down a bit. But the deep breathing, what it does is it contracts the diaphragm, which in turn massages the heart and all the other internal organs, as well as the intestines. So it's good for digestion as well. With that heart, it gets more blood pumping to the heart. It gets more blood pumping a little bit more efficiently. Oh, let me stop right there. That's probably something I should have said in the beginning. I'm no health professional. I'm no expert at this. I don't know of any health conditions that could be made worse by deep breathing, but please, please, please check into that. If you have any kind of respiratory issues or anything like that, be sure and check that out and make sure that this is okay. But I just can't see that deep breathing would be harmful to too many people. So it activates it. It gets the diaphragm, massages those internal organs, massages the heart, massages everything down in there, and it also pumps the lymph That's really important. I didn't realize that part of it. That was kind of new to me. All the other stuff, as I was writing it down, making notes, I said, oh yeah, I remember that. That makes sense. But when I read it also, it pumps the lymph, gets that lymph going as well, and which all in turn strengthens the immune system. I'm like, wow, this is some really powerful stuff that we just have right at our fingertips. We don't need anything special to do this. You can go a little bit deeper with this, which I plan to do throughout the year, but you don't need a lot of instruction in this. If I would encourage you to explore from here and go watch videos of people that are a lot more experienced doing this, because as I said in the video, I'm a beginner. I've dabbled with breath work. I've used the breath in the past for different things, for mindfulness meditation. I've used it to calm myself down when I'm having anxiety. But yeah, I'm total beginner to this, and I'm kind of excited to start this journey myself. So you can one of the main things when doing breath work is you just you can sit in a chair. I'm in a chair right now. Obviously, you can sit on the floor if you like to sit in that position when you meditate or when you do your breath work. But it's mostly important you're just sitting. Your posture's good. You're sitting upright, so the pathway, the passages, the breath just easily goes in and out. And what we're going to do, or what I'm learning to do, what I'm starting out with, is you do this maybe, 10 minutes a day, amazing benefits. So from what I'm reading from a lot of people, just keep it simple. Do 5 minutes first thing in the morning when you wake up. Do 5 minutes in the evening. If not like right before you're going to sleep, because who necessarily knows, okay, I'm going to sleep in just a few minutes, but just do it sometime in the evening when you're starting to wind down. But doing this twice a day, you sit up straight. Maybe if you're not used to belly breathing, maybe put a hand, definitely put a hand on your belly, maybe put a hand on your chest as well. And just feel your belly, as you breathe in deeply. Feel your belly expand, feel it press against your hand there. Now, we're going to breathing in just 5 seconds, and you can just use your hand, or you can just count internally. I'll do it with my hand if I'm coordinated enough to do that, but as you're just sitting there, you just count internally to yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you would just go inhale. 10 seconds for one breath. So you have slowed down your breath to 6 breaths per minute. Right there, you're in that zone between 5 and 7. Like I say, just start with that. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to focus on for the month of January. Now, that's all I'm going to focus on for the month of January, but I'm going to continue to explore and see where to take that. But that sounds so powerful that I want to just do that for a while. I want to do that for a while. I don't know if I'll end up adding anything to that or doing something else throughout the day. But it's also too, I don't want to jump around. I don't want to do this for 4 or 5 or 6 days and then be like, oh, well, I see this. I want to try this now. I want to give this, a good bit of time. I want to do it daily, for like a month's time, and so see where it goes from there. Anything I do along the way, that's just bonus, and that's part of learning, going to be part of the journey of exploring the breath this year. And I will continue to do my meditation, because now that I've that, like I say, sometimes you'll do something for a while, but then just one day it just kind of clicks for you. And it wasn't until today that just kind of clicked for me, that subtle difference between breathing and meditation. But so I will continue to do my meditation practice where I'm just aware of my breath, not focusing. I mean, I'm aware of my breath, I'm focused on my breath, but I'm not purposely slowing down the breath. Now, one thing I'll add here before I leave, just neither here nor there, is when I'm meditating and when I'm just aware of my breath, when I'm just focused on my breath will naturally slow down. It's just something that happens every time. If you're focused on your breath, it's very doubtful that you're going to be focusing on the breath and just after a couple of minutes doing it, just, be real shallow breathing within your chest. But anyhow, just something I wanted to share with you today. Once again, not an expert on this, so I would just invite you, come join me. I will be sharing more stuff about this on Instagram. I'll be doing more videos here from time to time, and still working on getting the nuts and bolts of this newsletter set up, and that will definitely be I don't know if that's going to be monthly or how that's going to be, but each newsletter will have some aspect of the breathing in there as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. I hope you're having a lovely week, and I'll be back with a video here in the next couple of days. Peace.